I'm glad that I was up to the challenge, and because there were certainly, to be honest, there were certainly times that I wondered if I was going to be able to figure out what the right answer was. But fortunately it worked out, and the people that you see here tonight are what make possible, I think, some of the things that we were challenged with.
Chancellor Hemenway came to me and said, we've got to do something about the hospital. We keep falling downward into this spiral, and we think it's because we don't have enough freedom to really operate effectively, and we'd like to make a proposal to actually spin it out from under the state.
As you looked across the United States at this period and looked at medical facilities, and particularly educational medical facilities, there were huge problems. It was the fiscal pressure that came about. It was probably the leading drive to do something better than what we were doing, because what we were doing simply wasn't working.
You know, he'd thought this through. He'd surrounded himself with a great team. At that moment, I really sort of put my political life in the chancellor's hands, you might say, because I thought, I'm going to trust the chancellor's judgment, and at that point, he might as well have been sitting in the governor's seat because he was making the decision, and I'm sure glad I took his advice.
We were hung up in the 1997 session. It had passed the Senate 40-0, and in the House it had passed handily, but it had picked up 3 amendments that were not compatible with good governance of the hospital. So we had to stop there, but that's when the chancellor's great skills kicked into effect. Over the summer, he went to work on resolving the differences between the House and Senate version, and by early in the session of 1998, he had accomplished that, and the bill went flying through the House in a good form.
Chancellor Hemenway was such a well-respected, terrific friend, and well-respected individual in the academic community that without his support we would have gone nowhere. He was the linchpin in getting this whole thing done.
It should be recognized by all of Kansas as one of those seminal events that we can all take pride in, and Bob Hemenway was, as far as I'm concerned, the leader that brought it about. Fortunately, we had people who were willing to support me and the leadership that I could provide. I'm always grateful for that, because we were all sort of skating on thin ice from day to day.